The upcoming December 9th matchup between Regis Progais and Dazn Haney for Regis's 140-pound junior welterweight title is going to be one of the biggest fights to close out 2023. Let's talk about and break down this fight. The upcoming fight between Regis Progais and Dazn Haney for Progais WBC junior welterweight title December 9th is one of the biggest fights of the year, as Regis, who had been campaigning at the weight since winning the title November of 22 against Jose Zepeda, becoming a two-time junior welterweight champion, he had been looking for some good fights, big fights that could draw him the type of income that he feels that at this stage of his career he deserves. In steps former undisputed lightweight champion Devin "The Dream" Haney, who, as of the recording of this particular video, has now vacated his undisputed lightweight titles and can now focus solely on Progais WBC junior welterweight title. The two men are coming in, Progais with a record of 29-1 with 24 KOs, and Haney is coming in with a record of 30-0 with 15 KOs. The two of them are looking to offset one another, with Progais, who is a southpaw and stands 5'8", with a 67-inch reach, and Haney, who is 25, an orthodox fighter who stands 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. The 71-inch reach and height of 5'8" may prove something quite different in this fight against Progais, because when they had their face-off at their presser, it was heard to been said by Progais, "That's a big mofo." In other words, size matters. But that doesn't mean size matters simply because one man could be bigger or the other man could be smaller. What it means is that it matters when whomever is able to use what size they are to their own particular advantage and impact the fight from that vantage point. Haney, who has campaigned at lightweight since he was a teenager, is now able to step up and be a stronger man at a weight more suited for him, and possibly will be headed to welterweight within the next couple of years, being only 25 years of age. So therein lies something that can cause Regis a reason for pause. And as we look at the two men, you can say that both have different types of determinations in this fight. Regis Progais has been very dismissive of Dazn Haney in this promotion, calling him a privileged kid, calling him a fighter with no power, and just a simple outboxer that he will not be able to have any advantages over, meaning Haney wouldn't have them. But Haney enters seeking to disprove naysayers such as Progais, and this reminds me of a fighter who was a favorite of mine, undisputed cruiserweight champion Evander Holyfield when he moved up to the heavyweight division. They were very dismissive of Holyfield, calling him a blown-up cruiserweight, saying he was too small to compete with the big boys, and so forth and so on, where Evander is now in the history books as one of the greatest heavyweights in heavyweight championship history. So, another thing to watch out for Devin Haney in this match is the good feet that he has. He can move laterally forward, backwards. He can move side to side. He can move rhythmically, and with what my brother Curtis Anderson, RIP to Kurt, used to say, rhythmic and perpetual motion. Devin has that. All of that a part of he being a great outboxer, meaning that he can box from outside in and inside out. He's not known as an inside fighter, but he has the tools to be able to frustrate a fighter who doesn't have the footwork to keep up with him. Therein lies a very big problem for Regis, because Regis needs Devin to be still, to stand there and wait for his plodding feet to catch up to him, because he's a very good puncher and he punches well in close on the inside. But he's not a great puncher, not a one-punch knockout type fighter, but accumulative, and he can mount damage when he hits someone. His punches can be thudding. Devin, who is coming up from a lower weight but will be much stronger as a result, may be able to absorb more punishment than Regis will give him credit for, simply because he is now coming into his own. And whatever he rehydrates to is really going to be interesting, because Regis made a decision to remain, even at this later stage of his career, at 140. He could have moved up to welter, but he didn't. And he decided that he's going to campaign until the end of his career at 140. This is great for Devin, because if Devin is able to defeat Regis, the joy will be in defeating a legitimate 140-pound, two-time champion at the weight class, and someone who is noted as the man with the name at the weight class, even if he may not be the best. But if Devin is successful in this fight, which I do believe he will be, that could make him the best, a two-division champion, one-time undisputed, and looking for whatever the sky has within its limits. Regis has been able to talk a lot of trash, but not really give any types of examples of what he may be able to do to be successful outside of hurting Devin and KOing Devin. But Devin told him, "You don't have the skills to compete with me," which really rubbed Regis the wrong way. You could tell that Regis has Devin in his mind. And on December 9th, expect Devin to have Regis's title around his waist. I'm picking Devin to defeat Regis Progais and maybe make him look so bad that he may not want to give a post-fight interview. What do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.